Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the backstory. If you're new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified whenever we post a new video. Now, ladies and gentlemen, reports reaching us right now is that Mawego Police Station is on fire, and it has been touched by young guys who are carrying Albert Ojwang's body. They received Albert Ojwang's body at the airport, at the airstrip in Homa Bay County, and the body was taken all the way to his rural home. So the youths who received him took him out of the house and carried his body all the way to Mawego Police Station, and in the process that police station has been torched. I repeat, the information that we are getting right now is that Homa Bay youths carrying the body of Albert Ojwang have stormed the Mawego Police Station, where he was first booked upon his arrest on 7th June and set that police station on fire. I want us to watch that video.
Yep.
Kitu ndani bisha na hiyo
Kanin.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, from that video you can tell that these youths were so many, and they were charged and angry, and they were singing dirges, marching all the way to Mawego Police Station. Information that we're also getting is that the Mawego police officers tried to call for backup from the nearby police station, but I don't think that they reached there on time. And these youths managed to torch that police station. I think police officers were overwhelmed, and in the process, these guys torched that police station. Now, ladies and gentlemen, from that video, you can tell that these young guys were so many, and in my thinking, I think they overwhelmed the police officers, because such a police station could be having not more than 15 police officers. So those 15 police officers against the thousands of youths who are charging at them, I don't think they could have done much. Maybe they just ran away. But now I want us to look at what might have led to this. I think as a country now, we need to come back to the drawing board, because where we are headed as a country is very dangerous. And if we don't go back to the drawing board as a people and have a discussion, then I think we might lose this country. The political class think that it's business as usual, but going by the demonstrations that we've witnessed, the last year's demonstrations, the June 25th demonstrations, and what I've seen in Homa Bay points to a very serious problem that we need to look at. We need to listen to the people, we need to listen to the grievances of the youth and come up with a solution. Why am I saying this? Because look at how Ojwang lost his life. It was quite unfortunate. There were a lot of mistakes that were made. But politicians in their usual characteristics made the very mistakes that they have been making. One, by thinking that they can use money to correct the injustices that have been made to Kenyans. Because look at what happened. After Ojwang died, politicians came up and said how much they're going to contribute, what they're going to do. Like Homa Bay Governor Wanga did what? She offered to build a home for Ojwang's father, which is good in terms of political optics. But does that give a solution to the problem, or does that provide justice to the family? No, it doesn't. Then at some point you could see, or we watched, Ojwang's father being paraded to tell Kenyans that he'd been given around 2 million by the president, 1 million by the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, 1 million shillings by the very governor, Wanga. But Kenyans have been asking one critical question, which is, was Ojwang going to get justice at the end of it? And justice that Kenyans wanted was for the police officers who were involved, one, to be held accountable, to be charged, and for justice to be seen to be done. And this is what the government has failed to do. I know in Kenya what happens and is that there will be delay of the whole process in the corridors of in the courts of justice. It will take time. It can take even around 5 years, 7 years until Kenyans forget. Take for example the issue of baby Pendo. How many years has it taken? It has taken forever. And there is a feeling by the youths that they're being taken for granted. And at the end of it, justice will not be served to this family. And they look at Ojwang's father, the way he has been conducting himself, he's like a father who is now hopeless. No one is giving him some hope. And no one is telling him like justice will be served. He will get justice at the end of it. And the circus that has been going around the corridors of power does not give them some kind of hope at the end of it. And these youths, if you look at them, they're trying to relate what has happened to Ojwang to what can happen to them at the end of it. They look at their parents, they look at where they have come from. They are hopeless. But the state, instead of addressing the main issue here, people have tried to divert their attention and tried to make Kenyans forget about what happened. So, ladies and gentlemen, just as I was saying, the political class needs to change tactics. They need to come up with a solution to some of these problems. Because whatever they've been doing is not providing solutions. And the more they continue doing this, like the more you continue doing abductions and all that, it infuriates the youths. And they feel like they have to take the law in their own hands. And at the end of it, this might bring anarchy in this country. And all Kenyans will burn. It's not only the youths who are going to burn, but all Kenyans will burn. And the political class needs to understand that it's not business as usual. They need to come up with policies now that are going to put these youths into active roles, or where they are going to get employments. Because one thing that we also need to understand is that governance is about what we call the social contract theory in governance, whereby this theory states that the origin of a government, the relationship between the citizens and their rulers, is dependent on the fact that individuals or the governed agree to give up some of their freedoms in exchange for protection. And these benefits are also provided, these benefits of protection is provided by the governing authority, which is the government. So all of us, we give up our rights so that the government can protect those freedoms and rights, because government is given the authority to use firearm to protect us. But if the same government is accused of extrajudicial killings, if the same government is not providing security, is not providing the basics to the youth, then they have no other option but to take the law in their own hands, which is not going to help at the end of it. So the government or the political class, just as I've said, need to understand that these are not the usual times. They should not do things the way they used to do them. And all these things that they're trying to do might not work at the end of it. So one, let them try as much as possible to provide or now let them try as much as possible so that the Ojwang's family can get justice. And justice will only be received or shall only be seen to be done if the people who are involved are taken to court, are apprehended, are taken to court and charged. And then they should also stop some of these extrajudicial killings, abductions, and all that, so that at least, and then formulate policies that are going to be beneficial to the youths. I know so many people would want to all these to take the political angle, but this might not help at the end of the day, because all these demonstrations, they can happen anywhere. So if we try to give it a political face by blaming individual politicians for fanning violence and fanning demonstrations and all that, it's like we running away, we're trying to bury our heads in the sand. We don't want to tackle the main issues that are affecting our youths. So it's a sad day, and I think it's a wake-up call for the political class in this country, that the earlier we do this, the better for this country. Anyway, we'll keep monitoring what's going on in Homa Bay County, and we'll keep you guys updated. But if you're new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified whenever we post a new video. Until next time, bye bye.